Today, I'm going to uncover 5 hidden features on the Subaru Outback Wilderness trim that you probably didn't know about. I've made videos in the past covering hidden features on Subarus, even the Subaru Outback specifically, but this is going to be specifically unique to the Outback in the Wilderness trim. So these are all new hidden features exclusive to the Wilderness trim. If you're new to my channel, my name is Alex. I like to share weekly videos all on Subarus, sharing tips and tricks and everything you need to know about them. If you think you might like those kinds of videos, consider clicking the subscribe button down below. And as always, if you do learn something new and find value in this, please remember to click the like button down below. That helps push this video out to more people here on YouTube and helping them also learn all the cool things about their Subaru. And if you have any questions that are related to Subaru, comment below. I'll do my best to answer those for you. First up, let's talk about the rear bumper. Now, most people aren't going to notice this unless you start to compare a non-Wilderness rear bumper to the Outback Wilderness bumper. Let's take a look here up close. If you look at this bumper, usually this comes just painted. Now this one's painted black, but you have the option on the non-Wilderness to get this cladding, this plastic piece called a rear bumper cover. That'll keep things protected when you're pulling things in and out of the car. Well, with the Outback Wilderness, you'll notice those don't have the rear bumper covers, and that's because this is not painted. This is that plastic cladding that just keeps it protected. So yeah, if you are pulling things in and out of the back here, it's gonna keep that protected. You're not gonna have to worry about getting your paint scratched. So in a way, that rear bumper cover that's optional on your standard Outback is really already built in to this rear bumper on the Wilderness. The next one I wanna show you all is inside the hatch. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up. Take a look inside the cargo area. We're gonna move some of this stuff out of the way. We're gonna lift this up, and you will see we have a spare tire. Now, this isn't just any kind of spare. This is a full-size matching spare, meaning both the all-terrain Yokohama tire and that wheel matches exactly what is already on the car. So if you do find yourself in a position where you have to replace your wheel because of a flat, you can swap for an identical one. You're not running around on a temporary. This is incredibly important for those who are going off-roading, and yeah, you're more likely to puncture a tire. While we're back here, let me go ahead and show you the next hidden thing on the Wilderness. So not the screwdriver, this is on almost all your Subarus, and it doubles as a flathead and a Phillips, but we're gonna use the flathead to show you how to access this next feature. So what you're gonna wanna do, see these gold caps right here? So you're gonna see those both on the rear and 2 on the front. So you have additional tow hook points for your Wilderness, and you just take the flathead there and wedge it in kind of like that, if I can get it. There we go. You want to be careful with it. There's some threads in there where you would take this, I think they call it an eyelet, tow hook eyelet. So you would stick this in there, it's threaded, so you can screw it in. You only get 1 with your Subaru, but you can buy extras. So like I said, you can do up to 4. So 2 on the back, 2 in the front. And the whole idea with this is that you can use this to be able to get pulled out of a ditch. So somebody would strap something onto this and pull you out of a ditch. If you do get stuck while you are off-roading, you can also use it as an additional mounting point for putting things on top. So I've seen people put canoes on top of their Subaru Outback, and then with the rear and in the front, they can use additional straps to keep that canoe stable on top. It's also worth noting that up behind these plastic caps, you do have anchor points as well. You don't have to take the plastic cap off, but that's important to know too if you are ever loading any gear on top of your roof. The Outback Wilderness is known for being more resilient in those off-road environments. Not only do you have this StarTex water repellent interior, but the Outback Wilderness, and actually all the Wilderness trim lines, whether you go with the Outback, Forester, or Crosstrek, they all have the Wilderness all-weather mats with the Wilderness logo on them, but that's not really the hidden feature that I want to show you all. What's hidden and not a lot of people know about is going to be on the back of the seat. So we're used to having to buy these rear seat back protectors. It's kind of funny that these are on the Outback Wilderness because it's, in my eyes, really not that necessary. Instead of having the felt material on the back of the seat, you have this all-weather material. So here's a non-wilderness just for comparison's sake. This one does need those all-weather rear seat back protectors. This one has the felt carpeted material, and that is very easy to get dirty if you do throw something in the back of your car. Whereas with the wilderness, it already has the water repellent material on the back of the seat, making this kind of redundant. What about whenever you are off-roading and you can't see out ahead? Maybe you don't know if there's a ditch ahead, if you've got a stick or a rock that you might puncture a tire on. How can you see without having to get out of the car? Well, with the wilderness, you do have this front view monitor. So you have a 180-degree wide angle camera lens up front that allows you to be able to see out ahead so you can avoid any potentially hazardous things. Additionally, even if you don't ever take your wilderness off-roading, you do have the convenience of being able to use this in the parking lot just as we are here. If you have two large trucks on either side, maybe you're trying to inch out and you can't see out ahead of you, this is incredibly valuable. If you've been keeping track, that was number 5 on the list, but I want to show you all a few more bonus features. Let's go around to the hatch. With the Outback, this is actually not just exclusive to the wilderness, but anytime I have an opportunity to show this cool feature, I'm going to show it because I don't know if it's going to be continued on the 26 model year. But if you go to the back of an Outback that has the power gate, you just put your hand in front of the Subaru logo right there, and it opens up automatically for you. Quick tip on that though, if you try that and it doesn't work and you do have a power gate, make sure you have your key fob with you in your pocket. And if you go up here on the dash, on the left side of the dash, make sure that this button is not pressed in because that is the on and off switch for that rear sensor. So if you want to be able to use that rear gate without pressing any buttons on your key fob, that's how you do it. This next one is really hidden in plain sight, especially on this black Outback Wilderness, but you have a matte black finish hood decal on all of the wilderness trim lines. Now, why is that? People often think that this is a styling characteristic, which it does add a little bit of styling to the car, but it's really there for a functional reason. This helps cut down on glare whenever you are climbing hills. If you've ever been off-roading before, if you approach a steep hill, you're practically looking straight at your hood, and whenever sun is coming down on that, that's just gonna blind the driver. So that is the purpose of this hood decal. It's not there just for looks. And lastly, the wilderness comes standard with something underneath the front of the bumper. So down below here, you will notice that there is an alloy aluminum skid plate. So that will help protect both your turbocharger that comes standard on the Outback Wilderness and the oil pan. Whereas with your standard Outbacks, they still have a skid plate, but they are just plastic, so they're not going to be as resilient if you do take a standard Outback off-roading and you hit a sharp object. That about wraps it up for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed this and learned something new on the Outback Wilderness that you didn't already know about. Comment below with any questions you have. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.